Hello friends, welcome to the world's first YouTube cooking show from a village. I am Nikunjo Soya and today I am going to show you a very simple, easy and delicious recipe of cheese tawa sandwich. It is a very easy and need very regular ingredients which is available anywhere in the world. So let's take a look at the ingredients one by one. 3 sliced breads, some shredded cheese, 4 to 5 sliced onions, 2 to 3 tablespoon butter, 4 to 5 sliced tomatoes, tomato ketchup for the serving, 2 tablespoon mayonnaise sauce, some capsicum and chaat masala. Today I am going to show you how to make crispy sandwich as we get in the any fast food joint. So it is very easy but you have to follow method properly. So first of all let's make the sandwich. So first of all I am making first layer ready of the bread of our sandwich. Apply some butter. I have melted my butter into the microwave, then some mayonnaise, okay, so keep this aside. Now I am going to make my bottom layer ready. I am going to apply some butter on it. Then some chaat masala, cheese, now the sliced tomatoes, again some chaat masala on it, now I am going to put this layer on top of it, turn the side. I am turning side because again I am going to apply butter and mayonnaise on it. Put some mayonnaise on it. Now on top of it I am going to add sliced onions, little bit chaat masala and capsicum. Now in this bread also I am going to apply the butter. Press this very gently. Sorry, I forgot to add the cheese, so I am adding cheese. Now put the third layer on it. So this is it. Press it gently with the hand. Now make the tawa ready for the roasting. I am going to apply butter on it. Okay, so our pan is ready. So now I am going to grill our sandwich. Put this side onto the tawa and apply some butter on it. Press this little with the spatula so it can be crispy and golden brown. Now I am going to turn the side. See, it is becoming crispy from outside and it is getting the golden brown color. You have to roast your sandwich at a very low heat so it can be perfect and very crispy. Again press this little and again turn the side. Again turn the side. See, now it is looking absolutely delicious and it is becoming crispy. You have to turn the side after every 20 or 30 seconds so it can be grilled perfectly. See the color, it is absolutely beautiful. Again turn the side. Press the every corner very gently so it can be cooked perfectly. Again I am going to turn the side. So this is it, our sandwich is ready. So now I am going to turn the heat off. See the color, it is absolutely perfect. Okay, so now I am going to divide it into the two parts. Do it very slowly, otherwise you will destroy your sandwich. See the melted cheese inside. Wow, it is looking absolutely delicious. Okay, so now I'm going to plate my sandwich. And tomato ketchup with it. So this is it, my very simple, easy and delicious cheese tawa masala sandwich is ready to serve. Now I can't wait anymore for this delicious sandwich. Let me have a bite of it. See, the cheese and mayonnaise perfectly melted and it is very crispy from outside, and you can smell the butter on it. Today's episode of Everyday Special, you are going to see Gujarati speciality, the spring onion and tomato curry. In Gujarat, this curry is known as Dungri Tomato nu Saak. This curry is very easy to make and delicious in taste. So let's try cooking the Gujarati's favorite spring onion and tomato curry. For this, you will need 1 cup chopped spring onion, 1 cup chopped tomatoes, half teaspoon of mustard seeds, half teaspoon of cumin seeds, half teaspoon of turmeric powder, half teaspoon of asafetida, half teaspoon of sugar, 1 teaspoon of coriander and cumin seeds powder, 1 teaspoon of red chili powder, 1.5 tablespoon of oil, some freshly chopped coriander leaves and salt to taste. First of all, I am going to heat oil in a pan. Now oil is hot, so I am going to add the mustard seeds and cumin seeds. Now add the tomatoes and immediately cover it. Now give it a nice stir. Now add the turmeric powder, salt and asafetida. This curry is one of my favorite curry. You know this is why? We grow everything at our farm, so we can get the fresh onions and tomato anytime we want. Now cover it and cook it on a medium low heat for 2 minutes. Now tomatoes are half cooked, so I am going to add the spring onions, add the red chili powder and coriander and cumin seeds powder too. Give it a nice stir. Look at the color, it looks so beautiful. So I am going to add the half teaspoon of sugar. Add some freshly chopped coriander leaves. So this is it, our Gujarati special spring onion and tomato curry is ready to serve. Now it is the time to serve. Very easy to cook, very best in taste and totally fresh Dungri Tomato nu Saak. You can serve this with the chapatis, but in Gujarat this curry is generally served with the rotla, bread made from the millet flour. You will need 500 gram boiled potatoes, some finely chopped fresh coriander leaves, 1 medium size green chopped chili, salt, 1 teaspoon garam masala, 1 teaspoon sugar, 1 teaspoon garlic and ginger paste, and half lemon. And for the batter you will need 150 grams besan flour or gram flour and 1 pinch of soda bicarb and water. And for the deep frying you will need oil. In the boiled potato, first of all I am going to add the green chilies, then coriander leaves, garam masala, sugar, garlic and ginger paste, salt, and now I am going to squeeze the lemon. Mix all the ingredients very well and mash the potatoes with the hands. So this is it, our potato mixture is ready. Now we have to make small balls from it of equal sizes. See, it should be look like this. You can make these potato balls few hours before the serving also and keep it in a fridge. So this is it, or all the potato balls are ready. Now it is the time to make our batter. First of all, put the besan flour into the mixing bowl, then the soda bicarb and salt to taste. Mixed all the ingredients very well. Now I am going to add little bit of water. First of all, we have to make thick batter from it. Then we are going to make the thin batter from it, so it don't form lumps. Now we are going to make it thin by adding little more water. So this is the right consistency for the batata vada. Oil is perfectly heated, so I am going to fry the vada. Take one bowl and dip it perfectly and remove the excess batter and then fry it. I am not going to cook it full first time because I want to make it crispy, so I am going to fry it second time just before the serving. So I am taking it out. Now for the second time I am going to fry it on a very hot oil, so it can be crisp. You have to stir it continuously so it can be cooked perfectly. Now it has become perfectly golden brown and crispy, so I am going to take this out. I am going to serve it with the green chutney and tomato ketchup. For this you will need 200 gram wheat flour, 100 gram all-purpose flour, 2 medium-sized finely chopped onions, 50 grams yogurt, 50 grams butter, 8 teaspoon oil, 1 tablespoon garlic slices, 1 teaspoon cumin seeds powder, 1 teaspoon asafoetida, 1 teaspoon ginger paste and salt to taste. First of all, I am going to add the all-purpose flour into the wheat flour. and 1 teaspoon ginger paste. Now the onion goes in. One tablespoon garlic slices. One teaspoon asafetida or hing. After mixing all the ingredients very well together, add the yogurt and around 3 teaspoons of oil. Mix it again and add the water as required to make the soft dough from it. We have to knead this dough very well so it can become soft and smooth, and we can get the same consistency as we get in the chapati dough. Again I am going to apply some oil on it so it don't stick anywhere. Now our dough is ready, so I am going to make the small balls from it of equal sizes. Now I am going to roll this, cover it with some flour so it don't stick. First of all we have to make the simple chapatis as we make, and apply oil on it, and now I am going to fold it. Again roll a little and apply some oil on it. Now again fold it and dip it into the flour. Now I'm going to roll it toward the each angle. Roll out the remaining parathas similarly. Now our parathas are ready, so I'm going to fry it on a griddle or tawa. Now the griddle is hot enough, so put the parathas in. Now I'm going to flip it. Again flip it. Now I'm going to apply half teaspoon butter. Apply butter when it halfly cooked on either side, so it can be cooked perfectly. And flip this. Again apply butter on it. Press this towards the edges so it can be nicely cooked with some beautiful golden brown spot on it. Now you can see the beautiful golden brown spot on it. Press this every now and then so it can be soft and crispy. Now our parathas are ready to serve. Let me plate this. For the kachi dabeli, you will need 250 grams boiled potatoes. I have roughly chopped it. 4 bread, which is known as a pav. It is an Indian bread, and see the shape. It is very popular in India. It is also served with the vada pav and the pav bhaji. Here I have whole dry spices like 15 cloves, 15 peppercorns, and 1 small sticks of cinnamon, some freshly chopped coriander leaves, around 50 grams of grated coconuts, around 50 grams of masala peanuts. It is a peanuts with lots of masalas in it. It is a little sour, sweet and spicy. Half teaspoon of garam masala, 2 teaspoon of sugar, lemon juice of 1 lemon, 1 teaspoon of red chili powder, half teaspoon of garlic and ginger paste, salt to taste, around 2 to 3 tablespoons of oil. I have been traveling since last 2 years for our Network Others channel, which is known as a Street Food and Travel Team India. So it is really very good for me to know the expert cooking their special and popular food in their shop or in their restaurant. So if you like to watch my street food show, then you can go to the Street Food and Travel TV India on YouTube, and you can also watch the videos and read the articles related to Indian street food from the different Indian cities at the streetfoodandtraveltvindia.com. So now first of all I am going to heat the oil. I am heating around 1.5 tablespoon of oil. I am going to make the powder of whole dry spices in a mortar and pestle. See, you have to make the powder like this. And I want to tell you one thing, that whenever making the dabeli, you should always make this masala fresh, and I don't recommend you to store this masala into the fridge, because if you make it fresh, then it will give the very good taste and very great aroma. So it is really very good to make it fresh every time whenever you making the dabeli. Now our oil get heated, so first of all I am going to put the garlic and ginger paste into it. Now I am going to put the potatoes. Now in this I am going to put 2 teaspoon of sugar, 1 teaspoon of red chili powder, salt according to the taste, garam masala. Stir this very well. In the dabeli you have to make the mixture spicy, so you can get the nice flavor of all the masala, because bread usually don't have any flavor, so you have to make your masala spicy. Now I am going to add our homemade masala, and just around 1 tablespoon of water, so we can make a nice paste from it. Now you have to mash your potatoes like this way, so everything can be combined nicely. Usually in dabeli we have this kind of masala only. We don't need any big chunks of potatoes. You have to cook your masala at a very low heat, so nothing can get burned, and you can get the nice flavor of all the spices. Now I am going to turn the heat off. It is ready. You have to keep mashing it until all the things get combined nicely. Okay, now it is ready. So now I am going to sprinkle grated coconut on it and fresh coriander leaves. See, it should be look like this. See the consistency. Now there is no big chunks of potatoes, so everything get mixed nicely. Okay, it is ready. So now I'm going to take this out in a bowl. Now our potato mixture is ready. So now it is the time to stuff the dabeli. Now take a one pav and see the corner. You have to cut it from the corner like this way, from here to here. Put your knife in between the pav and run it towards the end. You have to make this much space to fill the mixture or spicy masala in it. Okay, now with the help of spoon I am going to take potato mixture of one spoonful, and you have to press the masala like this way so it can stuck to the bread very well. See, like this way. And take some masala peanut and put over it. So now it is ready. So press this way so everything can stick nicely, and run the knife over the edges so everything can be sealed nicely. Now after making the dabeli or after topping the pav, now I am going to heat the oil in a same pan in which we have made our potato mixture. I am heating around 1.5 teaspoon of oil. Spread it equally. You can also make the dabeli into the butter, but I recommend you to use the oil because it will give more flavor than the butter. Usually in the street food shop they roast it with the oil only, so it gives the better flavor and you can enjoy the good aroma of masala in it. So now our pan is ready, so I am going to roast the dabelis in it. Spread the oil equally into the pan, and you have to keep heat very low so you can roast it perfectly. You have to roast your pav at a very low heat so it can be perfectly roast and little crispy from outside, but it should not be entirely crispy. Your bread should be soft from inside. Okay, after roasting one side for 20 to 30 seconds, now I am going to turn the side. Again put some oil if you need, and just roast your another part same way. See, now it has started becoming crispy, and I wish you could smell this whatever I am smelling right now. It is really very good, and you also get the same fragrance in the streets of Gujarat whenever you passing through the cities in evening. It is one of the most popular Gujarati fast food, so people just love it, and they also make it at home. It is very easy. See, now it is perfectly roasted. When you see the little burning spot on it, then you have to turn your heat off. Now it is the time to serve very special and one of the most popular Gujarati fast food, dabeli, kachi dabeli. You can serve this with any kind of chutney that you have, but I am going to serve it with the tomato ketchup, because usually we have the tomato ketchup at home, so we don't have to make any other chutneys. Now put the drop of tomato ketchup like this way. This is just for the decorating part, but you can serve chutney in the bowl. So this is it. My very simple, easy and delicious kachi dabeli is ready to serve. It is smelling so good and it is looking very crispy from outside.